28 minutes past away from the hour of 4. It's the Traffic Avenue on 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Jessica, and the show is live around the world at citifmonline.com. So I've been joined in the studio by 4 very interesting people. They are with the West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens. So let me say hello to Dr. Patrick Arthur. He is the head research and training of this center. Okay, that's you. All right, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Everything okay? Fantastic. We also have Dr. Gordon Awandari. Is that how I pronounce it? Did I get it right? Awandari. All right. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And we also have Henrietta Mensah Brown, a PhD student. That's you, and Precious Kramer. All right, master students. Well, everybody is welcome to the studio. So I mean, tell me a little bit about your center, what you do, and how exciting could it be? You know, just put me in that space right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica, for having us. Today we want to bring your listeners into a little bit of the other part of the world, which is the science. Yeah. So Waccbip, the West African Center for Cell Biology of Infectious Pathogens, is a new unit within the University of Ghana.
Okay.
Which was formed 2 years ago and draws faculty from the Department of Biochemistry and then the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research.
Okay.
And we were formed as a result of a World Bank project that is called the African Centers of Excellence project.
Okay.
And what this project is seeking to do is provide advanced level training to young scientists in Africa.
Nice.
Yes. So through a facility to the government of Ghana, they provided funds for us to establish the center and to build capacity for training scientists.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. So the reason why they did this is because they recognize that development in any country must be accompanied by, intensive research. It's research that leads to development. So I think we're doing well building roads and building hospitals and, building houses and establishing radio stations. But we're not doing too well in training scientists. And that will catch up with us. So the effort is trying to close the gap. If you can imagine the average number of scientists per 1 million population in the developed world, it's between 800 to 1,000 scientists per million people, right? In Africa, do you know how many it is?
Do tell.
It's like a tenth of that.
You're
it's
kidding me.
Yes, it's less than 80 per
million.
million. So we have a huge gap, which we need to close. So the World Bank recognized that. So they put in some money into this, establishing centers of excellence across Africa to train scientists. And we are one of those centers of excellence in Ghana. And in addition to that, there's another effort from the Wellcome Trust trying to do the same thing. And we are a beneficiary of that grant as well. So we have 2 capacity building projects that we're doing, and both of them are geared towards training young scientists.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we're doing now is that we've been in existence for 2 years. We have students in the program, we have scientists in the program, and we've been doing research, trying to address some of the health needs of Ghana and Africa as a whole. So what we're doing is to showcase what we have done so far and create a little bit of awareness about the need for more capacity building and training. So we're having a conference at the Noguchi Institute tomorrow and Friday, so 14th and 15th. And we invite those who can come to come, but we recognize that it's not everybody who can come. So that's why we're here, to tell Ghanaians what we're doing and to call for more support for this type of effort so we can close the gap.
Okay.
We are 1/10 where we're supposed to be. We need an investment of about $2 billion in order to catch up. Yeah, so that's why we're here.
It's quite interesting because there are many like me who were science students in secondary school.
Oh, really?
Who ran away and went to do the arts, in university. So it's interesting that there are centers like this which are now sort of focusing on the sciences, proper.
Yeah.
So I am curious. What are some of the most exciting research or discoveries that you guys have made?
Yes. So our students are here. They'll tell you their projects.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give you a sample of some of the work that we do.
Okay.
But mainly we started off focusing on infectious diseases. So you know that the big diseases, malaria, HIV. These days, hepatitis is bigger than we even recognize. And then you have non-communicable diseases coming in.
Okay.
These days, non-communicable diseases are even killing more than infectious diseases. So we are starting to focus a little bit on that as well. So the students will tell you their specific projects, and then we can take it from there. But Patrick, he's the head of our training.
Nice.
So he can give you a little bit of information about the training that we provide and the quality that we seek to deliver.
Do tell.
Okay, so we started 2013, and then we convened a very large panel of international scientists as well as local scientists, regional scientists, and we drew out 2 programs, a master's program and a PhD program. We've since run it for 2 years. We have obtained accreditation, full accreditation. What we are doing also is to get international accreditation, and for that we got some accreditation from the American Society of Cell Biology to make sure that our program is well structured, it can deliver high level training and also covers all the important topics. What we're doing next is to invite the Royal Society of Biology from the UK to do another substantive accreditation by the end of this year to make sure that our program is of international quality. And once we have run it for 2 years, to make sure that we have learned and also the lessons learned are put back into the program to improve it, to make sure that our scientists are of international quality.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what we are doing.
So let me talk to Henrietta and Precious. Tell me a little bit about some of the projects you've been working on.
Okay. So my name is Henrietta, and I work on malaria. So basically, what my PhD seeks to do is to identify the targets of immunity, so that we can identify vaccine targets for development. So basically what I'm doing is, let me break it down a bit more. What I hope to do is that we know that malaria kills a lot of children every year. But what we don't know about malaria is what proteins does the parasite have on its surface. What proteins does the parasite have that produces antibodies, right? That produces Okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay. That produces antibodies. And how can we exploit these proteins to produce a vaccine? So what a vaccine would do is that it would produce antibodies to protect the child. So what we want to do is understand the biology of the proteins and exploit that understanding to produce a vaccine.
Interesting. Okay. And what about you?
I'm working on hepatitis, so most of us might have heard about hepatitis B.
Absolutely.
But then my project is to put emphasis on hepatitis D, because you getting hepatitis D is dependent on you having hepatitis B. So we are creating awareness that we shouldn't only be concerned about the B, but then we should be concerned about the D, because the D creates more problems than the B alone.
That's
so
interesting.
We are creating the awareness for people to get vaccinated and be more concerned about their health in terms of the B and D viruses that we have.
So are these projects fun for you? I'm just curious. Like you actually enjoy these?
Well, the project is fun because you don't have to think about where you're going to get money to pay your fees. Your stipend is being taken, and you know that you are doing research which is relevant to the society. It's just not an abstract thing, but then you can relate to it, and then you can advise people as to what to do and what not to do.
Sounds good.
And it's more female friendly, so we
Oh,
have
is
a
it
lot
now?
of females in the program.
Great stuff.
And then he talked about the program being internationally recognized. I had the opportunity to present my work with 20 other people. I was the only person from Africa, and my work was ranked as top of them. So you can see that it's not just Africa, but then we are rubbing shoulders with people from other continents too.
Sounds good. So Gordon, what I can imagine, apart from funding, and you talked about how you need $2 billion or so, what are some of the challenges that the center faces?
Yeah, so funding is a big one. Now we have quite a bit of funding, but we are thinking ahead, and we're thinking that over the next 4 or 5 years, we'll need to bring in new funding. So one of the things that we would want, the general public to know is that there's the need for corporate Ghana to start to step up and support science research. When there was Ebola outbreak, we were all scared and we didn't know what was going to happen. Do you know how many scientists in Ghana can handle Ebola? Very few. Only Noguchi and probably KCCR in Kumasi. So if there was an outbreak here, where are you going to go? Where are you going to get them tested? So we can't wait until there's an outbreak and 1 million people are wiped out before we start to step up. So just as corporate Ghana is very happy to sponsor beauty pageants, they're very happy to sponsor footballers, we are saying that we have young people who are as beautiful as the beauty contestants. We have young guys who are as fit as footballers, and in addition to that, they are scientists, and they can be supported. If you invest in a PhD student, he gets a PhD or she gets a PhD, and that is value for several decades from now. Okay, so we are saying that people should step up and support research. That's the message that we are having. In terms of other challenges, it's that doing science in a system that is not made for science, there are many challenges. Trying to buy reagents and equipment, the procedures that you have to go through. It's crazy because the system is not made with science in mind. The clearing at the harbor, they didn't think that people will bring in reagents that need to be kept frozen. So when your reagents get there, they can't just put them on the floor and wait for 2 weeks. The thing needs to be in the fridge. As soon as it gets there, you need to let it go. If there are things to be paid, they can be sorted out later. But you can't put it on the floor and say that it's 5 o'clock, so you're going home. And it's Friday afternoon, and see you on Monday. That's several $1,000s gone bad by the time you come on Monday. So there are some of these challenges just because the system is not aware of what needs to be done to support science.